Yo, yo, yo. Can y'all hear me? Let's see. Okay. You should be able to hear me. But I just had court. I just got out right now, and then when I opened up the channel, it said I have 2,000 subscribers. So that I didn't even know that's what had happened. Yeah. So because I was gonna get on here and tell y'all trying to call me. I'm not answering that. So anyway, and then I opened this up and I saw that I hit 2,000. So I just want to say thank you all for getting the word out. There's much needed work to do. Um, I'm going to keep fighting the good fight. There it is. Okay. So anyway, yeah. So I had filed a motion to find the baby mama in contempt because she was interfering with my pickup time for my daughter, and they retaliatory filed a motion for contempt because of my driver's license. I have a Mexican driver's license because I'm a dual citizen. I'm allowed to have a driver's license. So I have a Mexican driver's license. I was driving around with it. I'm perfectly legal to drive around with it. The baby mama was interfering with my time, with my pickup of my daughter, because of she alleged that I had a revoked license in Arizona. However, a judge had already ruled that I have a valid driver's license. So we had court today. My layout, my argument, my testimony, everything. It was smooth. It was smooth, on point, and and I quoted the case law. Everything was all good on my part. And then they went into their testimony or into their questioning of me and all that. And I only had like two or three questions for the baby mama, which was just simple and strictly for the facts that she violated the court order. That was it. I only asked her three questions. That was it. I was like, all right, I'm done with you, because I already proved my case. I already proved it. So they were alleging that they had a legitimate purpose, right? And so I gave the law to the judge. This judge doesn't like me because I filed a lawsuit against her. If you guys saw, I did a video about filing a lawsuit against a judge, right? So I filed a lawsuit against this judge, and she hasn't removed herself, right? So now I filed an appeal in regards to a previous ruling that she made. And so this isn't going to look good for her because there was a lawsuit against her. She still hasn't removed herself. She's already been like deemed like she has low, what's it called? Low feedback from the people. Like there was an article that was put out here in Arizona that she shouldn't have been retained because of her low, what's it called? I guess because of the low standing, about what people were saying about her, about her marks as a judge. Her, I guess the word is the people's view, right? So she was just barely by a thread, like retained. So, anyways, this judge should have recused herself, and I'm still in front of this judge. She should have recused herself. So I know that I'm like fighting with a wall against the wall, right? So today I should have won handedly, right? And the judge even ruled that she violated. This is what she said. She said that she did violate my custodial interference on two separate days, but she said that it wasn't willful because she claimed she had a legitimate purpose. And the last thing I said is they need to prove imminent danger. They didn't prove that, but she's claiming that it's a legitimate purpose. This judge is just rogue. She's just rogue, just out there, just choosing what she wants to do because I don't take shit from her. I don't take shit from anybody. I go and I stand up for my rights. But the problem is when you stand up for your rights and you play along their rules and you point out their mistakes, they don't like it. They don't like it. Attorneys play ball because they're going to be in front of that judge over and over and over and over and over. And I'm just a once off, right? We get switched between other judges, and and whatever, like they want to see me pay into the system. They want to see me pay into the attorneys and all this. But I was in there self-representing myself. They filed a counter action to find me in contempt, and they wanted to enforce provisions in the court order that doesn't exist. They can't do that, and I pointed that out. They need to file a modification. So the judge dismissed. Basically, there was just no findings. There was no findings on what they asked for because she had to show that she was pretending to be fair. Obviously, they were going to dismiss her action their action, because they were asking for a modification. The court cannot enforce provisions that are not already in the order. So they dismissed their action. And then on mine, she basically called a draw today. So me against the baby mama's attorney and their legal assistant, she called a draw. She refused to find my baby mama in contempt, even though she said she did violate the court order. But she alleged she had a legitimate purpose, even though there was no imminent danger. So in closing argument, their statement was, it was likely that this would happen, or if I get pulled over, I would have been going to jail, or this would have happened, this could have happened. And I had like 30 seconds of rebuttal, and I'm like, Judge, they said that this maybe would happen. This is likely that would happen. This shoulda, coulda, woulda is all speculation. They need to have imminent danger, and they did not prove it. They did not prove imminent danger, and the judge ignored it. She ignored it, and she called a draw. Whatever, she's like, everybody pays their own attorney's fees and blah, blah, blah. Well, my attorney's fees was myself. My paperwork, cost of my paperwork. Well, probably cost me less than $20 for me to go toe-to-toe with her attorney, whom I'm sure she spent about $5 or $6 grand on. So if the judge calls a draw, but states that baby mama needs to follow the court order, while she wasted $7 grand on her attorney just so the judge could call a draw, well, you know what? For us out here in this system, I'll take a draw. I'll take a draw. It's not a loss, that's for sure. But, I guess in the end, she spent a shit ton of money. Judge enforced the order, and that's it. I live to fight another day, So I get my daughter this weekend. I'm going to pick her up from school. And, yeah, so that's where I'm at. Now I'm going to take a look and see at the comments here, see what you guys left. And also I want to say thank y'all for spreading the word. I'm going to keep being out here doing a father's work. I'm going to keep making videos. I'm going to keep telling y'all about what it is I do, how to get to where I get to, and how I file my paperwork and my trials and everything, so that way you guys could learn, and so that way you guys can win as well. Yeah, so let me read through these, all right? So let's see. What's up, sir? Woo-woo! Just saying, if you're not comfortable in what? All right, you are artist something. Okay. I'm just saying, if I was to get my car, I'm just trying my luck and try not to let anyone in trouble with my work and my job, because I have a job. I need to go back home and work for my mom. All right, you can email me. I'm not entirely sure everything you're getting at, Mike Grayer. I'm not a huge tech person, but I've seen people. I'm just trying my luck with this, and I'm trying through the best I could. That's all we can do, is the best. Gary, that what they are doing to me, I point out they can only operate within the statute. Yeah, and that's why you use the codes and rules against them. Like, it is what it is. We have to play ball with them unless there's egregious violation of constitutional rights. But even now, from what we're seeing, the Constitution is like constantly being trampled on, you know, by judges, by prosecutors, by the president right now. Um, let's see, I'm not. Let's see, I would not. No, I would not happen that a mind thought that a win that she spent seven. It would not happen that a win when she spent 7 grand on bottom feeders. Yeah, yeah, I guess that's what it is. They're just preying on us. You know what I mean? Um, so I guess I could show you guys the ruling. So you can see, that how I went through, the process of this motion for contempt, which is interesting, because for people on child support, that they can get put through the contempt process is the same thing. They look to find someone in contempt for violating the court order. So that's what I did to the baby mama. I moved to find her in contempt for violating the court order. And so, yeah, she got off because they said she had a legitimate purpose, which, when you think about it, when it comes to child support, the legitimate purpose, right, in contempt is, okay, the ability to pay, right? Because they have an order, right, for the payment of child support. So if they have an order for the payment of child support and they can't prove that you have the ability to pay, so they can say, okay, although the court order was violated, it was not willful. And that's what the judge ruled today. The judge ruled that the baby mama, her actions were not willful. So the baby mama got out of a contempt charge that I filed against her because the judge ruled that they were not willful, because they alleged that she had a legitimate purpose to interfere with my custody time because of my driver's license. But the thing was, there was no proof of imminent danger. So this was just the judge being rogue and just choosing to exercise the law how she sees fit, as opposed to sticking by the rule of law. She didn't do that. That's why I really need this judge removed. And so that's still something that I'm gonna deal with. I don't need to be back in court until June for modification. So that's where that's gonna happen. Other than that, I'm gonna get back to just living my life and being with my daughter, and then I'll upload videos when I can, and then I'll get to your guys' emails and all of that when I get the chance to, um, you know, and yeah, ask anybody that I've spoken to on the phone. I'm honest with you guys. I usually lead you on a path how to get to where you want to get to. And yeah, I'm going to keep doing my best to try to help you guys out. One thing that did happen, there was this guy that got upset with me because I didn't respond to his email immediately. He started cussing me out in his email, and and I was just like, here, take your donation back. Like, I don't need to deal with this shit. Like, this guy's mad at me because of his situation. I did nothing to cause that. I had no problem exchanging emails with him, helping him out. And this guy just, he just did shit the wrong way. He just got upset with me over his situation. That's not the way to go about things, man. I'm here to help. I'm here to help. I'm here to help, you know? Other than that, thank y'all for 2,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? I'm also gonna probably do another channel in regards to my Mexican citizenship, because this country has gone to shit. USA has gone to shit, man. So I'm gonna help as many of my fellow Mexicans as possible to get dual citizenship, to go to Mexico, and and instead choose to live in a country with a progressive president that cares about the people, where we have free health care in Mexico, we have reproductive rights in Mexico, we have more rights in Mexico than we do in the United States. I'm just here because my children are here, it's unfortunate what's happening here. If you happen to have any kind of blood lineage to another country, odds are they have more rights than the United States does, as things currently are. If I were you, I would look into my lineage. If any of you are from Canada, I have lineage to Canada, lineage to Europe, lineage to Africa, to Asia, to to South America. If I were you, I would look into my lineage. I would look into obtaining dual citizenship in these other countries. I would look to having a way out, having a way out from everything that is happening here. As long as we're here, we got to deal with what we're dealing with here. We got to, unfortunately, deal with their rules, their codes, their statutes. So when it comes to that, I gotta play ball, and so I'm gonna keep playing ball. I'm gonna keep doing my thing, and it's gonna be me against whoever attorney I face, be it prosecutor, be it the attorney general, because y'all saw I beat the attorney general of Arizona during my contempt proceedings. So it doesn't matter who's on the other side. You know, I bring what I bring, and I'm going to fight for my rights all the way to the threat of incarceration, whatever it may be, you know. So, and I'm going to help y'all as much as I can. All right. Let's see. Credit Report Act. Gary, state the United States must do a credit report to see if you have the ability or inability for you to pay child support. I don't know if the credit report really has anything to do with it, because the credit report basically is, you know, just a record of debt and debts paid. You know what I mean? As opposed to the ability to pay or inability to pay is current actual income or proof of finances. And the best thing that I would advise based on that, not as an attorney, not as legal advice, but as somebody who's gone through it, is I run my own business. I keep things separate, and and I pay myself the absolute minimum. Because everything else belongs to the business. I don't have money. The business has money. Who owns the business? Nobody. Nobody does, right? So I pay myself the absolute minimum amount that I could, and because I'm allowed to. There's no law against that, and and I survive on just that. I make sacrifices. We can all make sacrifices to live a certain way. Sometimes there's guys I talk to and they talk about how things affect them here and affect them there. I didn't drive for 15 years. I take the bus, I ride a bicycle, I take a scooter. I had to do whatever sacrifice I had to do in order to be able to get to where I needed to get to. I pick up my daughter, I follow the rules, I do whatever it is I need to do. Um, and and I make sacrifices. Dude, I donate plasma, all right? So I make sacrifices. I do what I need to do. So, if you want to talk about what you're willing to do in order to get where you need to get, the way that Chris from Child Support Made Simple told me, you either have the balls to defend your rights, even if it means incarceration, or you could just let them do whatever they want. I'll never forget that. And since then, I have fought for my rights, and I have filed lawsuits against 2 judges, uh, an attorney, appeals, and been in court at least 15 times, against the baby mama's attorney. You know where we stand? This is my record against the baby mama's attorney. I am 10-2-1. No, 10-3-1. 10 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw. So even though today I almost feel like it's a win, but when it comes down to it, it was a draw. There was no sanctions imposed on either side. So, yeah, by myself, that's what I did without an attorney. I am 10 and 3 and 1. So, you'll see how this goes. Wish y'all luck out there. Email me. Uh, Other than that, do what y'all can to stand up for your rights, research, look at the rules, any paperwork they send to you. If I were you, I would immediately look at it, look at their rules, and look at their mistakes. All right, thanks for 2,000 subscribers. Let's go.